The secret to survival, I believe, is never give up. Just keep going and everything will work out okay.
Still, on a September night 6 years ago, Kay McQuaid was anything but certain that it would all work out. She was laying in a ditch fighting for her life.
I was driving my motorcycle home around 9 o'clock in the evening through towards Emmyvale, and I dodged a skunk. I went off the road, and I really don't remember anymore after that till I crashed into the trees, but I was still on the bike, and the bike was jammed into the trees. And so I managed to somehow get off the bike and crawl through the ditch, trying to get help. I didn't really know where I was going. I heard a vehicle coming, and I thought, oh, thank God, somebody's coming, they'll see me. But they couldn't see me because I was down in the ditch. Then I tried crawling some more, and was getting weaker because I was actually bleeding to death.
If Kay was going to survive, she needed a blood transfusion, and fast. Accidents, injuries, diseases, birth complications. Every day, thousands of Canadians find themselves in Kay's situation, needing blood to live. In fact, according to Canadian Blood Services, half of all Canadians will either need a transfusion themselves or know someone who does. And that blood all comes from strangers who agree to roll up their sleeves and give. Some of those strangers helped Nicole McTagg.
I had a complicated birth, an emergency C-section, and while being sectioned, I hemorrhaged. They put 16 pints of blood into me, and I continuously bled out throughout it, and they stopped it. So if that blood wasn't there, I wouldn't be either. I just thank God for everybody who did donate the blood.
Back in Emmyvale, Kay is bleeding profusely and praying for someone to rescue her.
All of a sudden I hear another vehicle coming, and I said, oh God, tell him to stop. So this vehicle went by. So then I talked directly to God, I'm sure. I just prayed, please tell him to come back, because I'm not ready to die yet, And so all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's coming back. And he did come back. Andrew Jameson, he's my guardian angel.
There is no doubt that without Jameson, Kay would have died on the side of the road. He called the ambulance that took her to the hospital, but she wasn't out of the woods yet.
I needed blood. I needed 5 units. I had a broken pelvis, and my left arm was totally shattered. It was 5 different breaks in the arm. But the worst was my left leg. It was, they thought they were going to have to take my leg that night.
Kay got the blood she needed and her leg was saved, but she spent 3 long months recovering in hospital. Her life is back to normal now, and she says coming so close to death has made the important things in life even clearer.
What's important to me? My family, my friends, my health, my 2 little dogs. They're good friends, they're good therapy, part of the family. My work, my play.
And there's another thing Kay always makes time for now.
I just wanted to get better so I could go give blood to somebody, because somebody donated blood and it saved my life. Somebody saved my life, I don't even know who they were.
While close to 500,000 Canadians are active blood donors, more are always needed. That's because so many regular donors are aging, so Canadian Blood Services is constantly recruiting new donors, looking for new people to make the commitment. 14 years ago, blood transfusions saved Elizabeth Peterson's life and her baby boys. She still thinks about the selflessness of the people who donated.
There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about who those people might be and thank them in my prayers and thoughts.
She says that experience compelled her to do the same for others.
Looking up from the bed and seeing the blood hanging there going into my body, knowing it was saving my life. And again, it really re-emphasized for me that as soon as I'm able to, I'm going to give back by giving blood for someone else.
Like Elizabeth and Kay, many new donors are people who've received blood in an emergency. But Kay says people don't have to wait until that happens.
When you're well, fit as a fiddle, You never think you're going to need blood. And then someday, if you do, you got to thank God somebody was there and donated blood, and it's there for you when you need it. People don't realize how important it is. If you're going to donate something, it usually costs you money to give donations. This donation doesn't cost a cent, and it saves lives. 1 unit, they say, saves up to 3 lives. And what better gift could a person give?